Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight we're going to be talking about this incident that went down between T.I. and a female comedian by the name of Lauren K. Now, this incident went down a few days ago, but this was not their first interaction about the allegations. And T.I. basically talked about this on stage when he confronted her, and she admitted that she has taunted him about these allegations prior. Now, I'm going to get into the full breakdown of this, and I'm going to bring everything back from the beginning. A lot of people are just running with one way, and y'all know I like to be factual and start from the top all the way down across the board. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down things as I see them, and then we're going to go from there. Now, that is going to be after my intro, okay? Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. If this is your first time here, over here we are the Night Owls. If you have not hit that subscribe button, I want you to go ahead and do that right now. This is a channel where I talk about celebrity news and gossip and give my opinion on trending stories. But just know, keep in mind that over here, this is an acquired taste. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for everybody. So, you know, proceed with caution. But, you know, still hit that subscribe button. Anyways. All right, so as you guys make your way in, I just want to remind you that it's heavy on the this is an acquired taste, okay? It is definitely an acquired taste over here. Over here at Neek at Night, I speak my mind. I don't go with the herd. I don't go with the crowd. I go with my opinion and as I see situations. Now, a lot of people, when they look at situations, they get most of their information from the blogs. And although that is a good way to be up to date on situations, oftentimes the vlogs in their main goal is to get the most engagement so that they can be, more followers, more this, more that, more that, more that. It doesn't really always equate to a factual painting of the situation. A lot of times blogs will purposely leave out certain parts of information just because it's more entertaining to do so. It's more entertaining to put out tidbits because everybody's going to react off of that. They're not going to look at the full totality of the situation, and that's what they bank on. Now, for me, I like to dig a little bit deeper. I like to look at the full context of it, and when I looked at this, it did not appear, in my opinion, to be him just heckling her out of nowhere. Now, when he got on stage, as I said on my Instagram, as I will completely and repeatedly say, I do not agree with how aggressive he was with her. Now, I will say that again and again until people get it. But when you point out certain things, if you're not 100% on the side of the way that they see it, they're going to think that, oh, well, you're just taking his side. No, I'm looking at it down the middle. I could hold him accountable and say that I don't think that he was right in being aggressive in the way that he got on stage. I can hold him accountable for that. But I can also point out the fact that the blogs are manipulating the timeline of events. And I can even see how the person involved, Lauren, is also only speaking to what is going to get people on her side. I feel like, I'm going to just tell it down what I see down the middle, period. I'm not here, before I even start this breakdown, I want to also remind you, I'm not here to make you like T.I. I don't care if you like him or not. A lot of people, they keep bringing up, well, I don't like him because of this, so I don't care. I'm just gonna, because that was even the comments under my Instagram post. People were saying, regardless of what the timeline is, they don't like him anyways, so they're just gonna not like him anyways. And if you don't like him anyways, that's fine. Another thing I want to address before I get into the breakdown is, if you think that I'm, as a black woman, supposed to just not use my common sense because another black woman said this is how it happened, and I'm just supposed to run with that when I see something different, then this also isn't the page for you. Again, like I said, this is an acquired taste over here, so I wouldn't want you to upset yourself. It just doesn't make sense to do that. If you already formed your opinion, if you already feel that way, then you might as well not even upset yourself and click off of the video, period. So also, last thing, I've seen another one of my dedicated night owls. Shout out to you. You are a big support to my channel. But I don't agree with the comment that you made. She said that are comedians not allowed to do comedy anymore? Blah, 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 blah. I don't think it's a situation of people not being allowed to do comedy. Every time I've seen comedians, my favorite comedian is Cat Williams. When Cat Williams does comedy, most of his comedy is about his life, his children, and he talks about his, I think he has like an autistic son or a disabled son or something like that. And that's the bulk of his comedy. Now, can he crack jokes on other people? Absolutely. He's very talented. When I look at Kevin Hart, I'm not really that big of a fan of Kevin Hart, but even Kevin Hart, his comedy is about his life. He cracks jokes on his life, his marriage, his kids. Most of the comedians, their comedy is based on their lives. The notion that somebody has to be the butt of a person's joke and people can go below the belt just because you put LOL behind it, I don't agree with that. I don't believe that is comedy just because you say insulting things, and if you laugh and put LOL on it, then that makes it okay. I don't agree with that. But let's go to the top of the tippy top of this. Did I say Cat? You said Cat talks about everybody. I said the bulk of his comedy. Let's bring it back, because again, I understand that comprehension skills, I said Cat Williams, the bulk of his comedy is about himself. I said, can he crack jokes about people? He's very talented. Yes, he does that. But the bulk of his comedy is about himself. Now, I've been a YouTuber since 2008. My very first video is on Cat Williams getting slapped for a comedy show where he went up and he started clowning somebody in the crowd and the person smacked him. That video happened 2008. That was one of my first videos on YouTube. So, like I said, the bulk of his comedy is about himself. However, he is skilled in cracking jokes on other people. However, if you crack jokes on other people and you feel like you want to make them the butt of your jokes, then, people have consequences both ways. Paradox says, I feel you. You can joke about others, but not serious topics that may have affected their life in a negative, real way. Paradox, I agree. But I might need to pull up my old videos, because even in my old video, I feel different in my commentary that I did in 2008 as I do now because I'm a lot older. But we can even pull the receipts of my old video and have a flashback of me doing commentary in 2008. Anyways, so let's go. So like I said, let's start from the top. I basically gave all of those disclaimers to kind of give Night Owls time to come on in, because I did a previous live and the sound was messed up. So let's get into it. So T.I. got into an altercation with this comedian on stage about her making jokes about his situation and the allegations that he had against him as it pertains to him and Tiny. When he went to approach her, he basically stated that this was not the first time that he has addressed her about this, and she laughed about it and she agreed. She says, I do keep, mentioning him and these allegations, and he went on stage very aggressively. Again, I don't agree with him being that aggressive. However, if I have a conversation with you, I already tell you, don't make me the butt of your jokes, and then you continue, I'm not going to sit here and act surprised that a person has a reaction. So first, I'm going to show you him talking to her and telling her, like, listen, this isn't the first time that we had a run-in about this. We had an issue about this prior. Let me play that, and then I'm going to go to the rest of it. All right, so let me bring it back. Oops. That's my song.
The fact that you continue, because this ain't the first time we've had this issue. She keeps saying shit about, and when you say allegations.
All right. And then so when you look at her mouth, he says, this ain't the first issue that we've had. She keeps saying shit about this. And on her mouth, on stage, she mouths with her mouth. She says, I do. So she admits that this ain't the first time that they've had a run-in about this. And she says, I do. Let me bring it back real quick.
Ma'am.
That's my song.
The fact that you continue, because this ain't the first time we've had this issue. She keeps saying shit about, and when you say allegations, that shit sound official, don't it?
All right. And then so as you see, she says, I do. Okay. So she says, she agrees with him that this ain't the first time that they've had this issue. And she agrees that this ain't the first time that she has brung up this situation. Okay. So now let me go from the top and just break everything down from the top. So Lauren and T.I. back on September 25th, they had a prior incident at another comedy show. So this right here is a comedy show that happened February 25th. The comedy show that is going viral now is a comedy show that just happened, and it's not this comedy show. So when he says, you keep saying this, I believe that this is the comedy show that they're referenced when they already had another comedy show together. As you can see, he has on a different outfit, and this was in February. Let's play it.
We're splitting it into 5 and 5. So the order for the first show is Justin, Moneybag, Lauren, Tim, and Rob.
Let's go, Lauren.
And the second show is
Lauren and Tim? Okay.
We're splitting it into 5 and 5. So the order for the first show is Justin, Moneybag, Lauren, Tim, and Rob.
Let's go, Lauren.
And the second show is
Lauren and Tim? Okay.
All right. So this was her show when it was with her and Tip. So when he goes on stage and he says, this ain't the first time, I believe he's referring to this.
The fact that you continue, because this ain't the first time we've had this issue. She keeps saying shit about, and when you say allegations, that shit sound official, don't it? Allegations. Get with it.
All right. So now that we have that out the way, again, I don't feel like he should have put his hands like touching her. I don't feel like he should have been as aggressive. However, I don't like when stuff hits the social media, people change the narrative to fit what most people are saying instead of just saying the facts that happen as it happened and then let people judge from there, because people already don't like him. They already feel like he a BAN. They already don't like him because the allegations, whether they're true or not, even though it's got thrown out of court, people already don't like him. So me, it gets a bad taste in my mouth when I see people explain a story and flip so that you know what I'm saying? They flip it to what will make people be on their side when people are going to be on your side anyways, because they already don't like the man anyways. So they're already going to be on your side. So that's just me. I don't like when people do that. If you are a person who likes that, that's on you. I don't. So when this situation happened and he went on stage, he started to talk about her wig. Now, when he talked about her wig, she replied and she said, I don't know the legal like she was about to say, I don't know the legal obligation to it. And then she was like, I don't know the legal, you know what I'm saying, talking about the legalities of his allegations and his case. When she explained it as if he just was approaching her out of nowhere. She was doing a set and he just heckled her out of nowhere and it just started out of nowhere. Now, we can agree that he probably shouldn't have hopped on stage, but from the timeline of events, it does not look like this just happened out of nowhere like that.
Chris, stop being a group and get your ass up.
Take the wig off.
Are you really? You don't have to do this. They're not. I don't know the legal. Anybody up here?
Ma'am.
All right. So as you see that, he says, take the wig off. And then she says, are we really going to do this? I don't know the legal. I don't know the legal. He said, it ain't no legal nothing. And then he goes into telling her, listen, we done already had this conversation before. This ain't the first time that you did this. And she mouths and she says, I do, admitting that this ain't the first time that she's brung up those allegations and he's already had a conversation with her. You know, let's bring it back.
Ma'am.
Chris, stop being a group and get your ass up.
Take the wig off.
Are you really? You don't have to do this. They're not. I don't know the legal. Anybody up here?
Ma'am. The fact that you continue, because this ain't the first time we've had this issue. She keeps saying shit about, and when you say allegations, that shit sound official, don't it? Allegations. Get with it. Because there was no fucking crime. There is.
All right. So I'm going to show you guys the full rant that he did. But first, before I bring it to the full rant that he did, and the person saying that you're out, I already told you before on the last live that this was an acquired taste. So I don't care if you are out or not. I already told you, don't make yourself mad. So you should have clicked off the video a long time ago. Period. Why would you come back to upset yourself further when I already told you?
I'll tell y'all the real story.
Anyways, so like I said, so this is her explaining the situation, and she claims as though it was a situation where he just came up out of nowhere. He just started, heckling me. He said, take your wig off after I was talking about, she said marriages. But if she wasn't talking about him, why would she say, I don't know the legal obligation? I don't know the legal obligation. I don't know. To me, that didn't add up. Again, people already don't like him. So the fact that, it sounds a little twisted, I don't know. But again, people already don't like him. He's aggressive. He has changed throughout the years. He's not the same T.I. He pops off. And that's just how he is. He pops off on people who he feel like come at him sideways or do stuff. And we'll get into that later too, because people said that another person on my thing said, oh, if this was a man, he wouldn't do this if this was a man. Well, I have a lot of queued up videos of him confronting men. I'll show that after this. But let me play this.
Story, so we can go ahead and get this shit out the way. Number one, T.I. came to the show, appreciate it. He did a 45-minute set. I'm gonna tell y'all the real story so we can go ahead and get this shit out the way. I'm gonna explain this one time. This is about what happened at One Night Only at our bar on Edgewood with myself and T.I. T.I. came to the show. It's about over anyway. It's an open mic. He comes, he does like 30 minutes. Now, after he gets off stage, I'm going to the next shit. I'm hosting. I'm talking about marriage and shit. He keeps cutting me off, telling me to shut the fuck up, calling me all kind of bitches, heckling me. So I'm like, all right, come on, stop playing with me. Like, it's crazy. You keep going and I can't say nothing to you. He then starts yelling about how I need to take my wig off multiple times. Take your wig off right now. Cutting me off. Take your wig off right now. Because a lot of y'all are saying I took a cheap shot. This nigga was literally going on and on harassing me. I don't know why my eyes turn hazel. That shit is really ugly. But anyway, I said, I'll take my wig off when you speak on the allegations. Nobody was tight except for him. Nobody ever called him a rapist. I responded to him telling me in a room full of people to rip my wig off and made a joke just like he did. So if you got a problem with it, not mine. the real story so we can go ahead and get this shit out the way. Number one, T.I. came to the show, appreciate it. He did a 45-minute set. Now, he gets off stage. I'm making jokes about shit, about to bring up another comedian. He proceeds to start heckling from the crowd, calling me all kind of oh, I need to shut the fuck up. Nobody's talking about that. Then he proceeds to continue to tell me to take my wig off. Take your wig off in front of everybody, trying to humble black women on some stupid.
Not somebody in the chat saying it seems like she is responding and saying she's not legally obligated to take her wig off. Child, if you don't get out of my comments talking foolish, she is not talking about a legal obligation to take her wig off. Shut up. Shut up.
Right? So I said, I'll take my wig off when you speak on the allegations. That's what prompted this whole thing. Nobody called him a rapist. I said, I'll take my wig off because you're trying to humble and play me when you speak on the allegations. I stand on what I said. If you're a comedian, anything's up for jokes. Niggas been talking about me all day. And I've been laughing at some of it. Nothing's off limits. Nobody's special. And please don't walk up on me again. The real story so we can go.
All right. So now that I've showed you guys that, I'm gonna play it from the top. Now, when she goes on her rant, her and T.I. both go back and forth. Again, I'll say it again. I don't agree with him hopping on stage how he did and this, that. I don't agree with that. But when they were going back and forth off stage, I feel like when she was giving her rant, to me, if the things happen as she's now saying it on social media, to me, I feel like she would have said, nigga, you been heckling me way before I said that allegation. When she gives her rant on stage, she doesn't say that. She says, I could say what I want. I could joke about whatever I want. I could say what I want. Nobody could tell me what I can't say, whoop whoop whoop. To me, if it happened the way she is telling it on social media, because she's making it appear that he just heckled her out of nowhere. If it happened the way she's saying, I feel like she would have said, nigga, you've been saying bullshit all night. You've been coming at me all night. But let's go from the top. Because, again, this ain't the first.
I'm going to tell y'all.
Let's run it back from the top, and I'm going to play it from the top.
Chris, stop being a groupie and get your ass up.
Take the wig off.
Are you really? You don't have to do this. They're not. I don't know the legal. Anybody up here?
Ma'am. That's my song. The fact that you continue.
Girl, and to the person in the comments talking about people be on these celebrities' payroll, don't nobody pay me but YouTube. Okay? And y'all, when y'all send in donations, I'm not on nobody's payroll, period. Y'all think that common sense means that you on somebody's payroll. If I was on his payroll, I'd be saying, yep, he could go up there, he could put his hands on her. I clearly said from the top, I don't agree with how he got on stage. Don't nobody got to be on none of these people payrolls. Since before I even got on YouTube, I've been around celebrities and I've been having my position out as it is, not kissing their ass, saying how I feel based on what I see, not what y'all see. Period. Talk about somebody on somebody's payroll. Girl, bye.
You, because this ain't the first time we've had this issue. She keeps saying shit about, and when you say allegations, that shit sound official, don't it? Allegations. Get with it. Because there was no fucking crime. There is nothing to charge me for. Or no, shut the fuck up for a second. Hey, listen. No. As many times as you jump on that shit, nigga, I'm gonna check your motherfucking ass as long as it takes. Nigga, when you stop talking about it, when you stop playing with me and mine, I'ma stop saying something. Nigga, ain't no motherfucking case, ain't never been no motherfucking case, cause I ain't did nothing wrong, and my wife ain't did nothing wrong. And if you keep on playing with me, nigga, I'm gonna motherfucking continue to confront you publicly, verbally.
All right, and then so she's Harlem shaking to it. He's saying, it ain't been no case, it wasn't no case, and you continue to keep doing this, and she's Harlem shaking about it. She's Harlem shaking, she's dancing, she's laughing about it, and then we're going to continue.
First of all, happy award day. We've never had a forum.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Because there was no fucking crime. There is nothing to charge me for.
I accidentally clicked it to the next one. I think it was still more after that one. Hold on.
Hey, listen. No. As many times as you jump on that shit, nigga, I'm gonna check your motherfucking ass as long as it takes. Nigga, when you stop talking about it, when you stop playing with me and mine, I'ma stop saying something. Nigga, ain't no motherfucking case, ain't never been no motherfucking case, cause I ain't did nothing wrong, and my wife ain't did nothing wrong. And if you keep on playing with me, nigga, I'm gonna motherfucking continue to confront you publicly, verbally.
First of all, happy award day. We've never had a forum.
Because there was no fucking. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Don't play with me about that. Hey. Don't play with me about that.
I'm not. The one thing I am is a comedian. I'm not playing with you. See, now you're getting misunderstood. This is not a rap battle. This is not that. This is a motherfucking comedy show. And be clear, if I want to make jokes about something, I'll make jokes about something. Absolutely. And no, you're not going to tell me to shut the fuck up. It's my shit. This is my shit. Be very clear. This is my
No way.
All right, and so the point where he grabbed the mic and did all that, to me, that was real extra and way too much. Like I said, I don't agree with that. Like, boy, don't be grabbing no mic on nobody. He was doing way too much, and they both appeared to be extremely drunk and belligerent. So I can hold him accountable for his actions, and I could also hold her accountable too. I don't think that comedy consists of keep on taunting somebody that already told you that they not with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I could hold both of them accountable. If I had a serious allegation that ruined my life, that found out that was not true, and it's already been thrown out in a case court of law, and you keep bringing it up, we had a prior show, I'm going to say something about it and feel some type of way. Now, I can also hold him accountable where he did too damn much grabbing the mic. You don't need to grab the mic like that. I can hold both of them accountable, but I just don't like incorrect narratives about certain situations. We'll continue.
I don't want to hear none of that shit.
All right, so they got music playing, so I'm going to pause it for just a second just to break up the music for copyright reasons. I'm going to break it up a little bit, and then we'll play because they continue to go back and forth after this. All right, so she says, this is my show. This is my show. Again, I have to break it up just because they're playing music. Just pause it a little bit, but I'm playing all of it for you guys. I'm playing all of it for y'all. Hold on. Let's just break it up for copyright.
Hey, give me that wrong comedian that tonight. Give me that for one night only, because this is my shit, nigga. Don't get it twisted. This is my fucking show, nigga. This is my fucking life, nigga. And I do motherfucking comedy. With me, I say what the fuck I want to say. And that's on my mama. That's on my motherfucking mother, period. Ain't nobody, hey, cut that shit. Cut that shit. Let me make another motherfucking thing clear. We don't come on stage to disenfranchise nobody or to shit on nobody, especially no black people. So y'all won't put that on my body. On God. Y'all won't put that on my motherfucking body. I love this fucking art form. I love this craft. And I'm gonna say what the fuck. Nah, get the fuck out of my face. I'm gonna say what the fuck I wanna say. Y'all don't ever get it twisted. This some shit, hey, this some shit for us, nigga. Let's have these conversations. Not in my comedy show, but let's have these conversations, nigga. It's some real ass shit. Turn that shit down. It's some real ass shit, nigga. Cause understand, comedy is fucking hard. When I told you before, I love it.
All right. And then they talked about it further on stage and hugged it out. And then she asked T.I. for a shout out on, or to follow her back on Instagram.
I have no interest in doing anything wrong for you. I'm here to protect you. I'm here to protect you and correct you. You hear me? I'm here for your protection and correction. I'm not here to do anything harmful to you. I love you. I support you. I have no interest in doing anything harmful to you. I'm here to protect you. I'm here to protect you and correct you. You hear me? I'm here for your protection and correction. I'm not here to do anything harmful to you. I love you. I support you.
All right. So she then said, follow me back on IG. So since this situation happened, a lot of blogs started to take certain snippets and chopping up the footage and only showing certain parts of it and showing her response and clipping it up. Well, from that, he said that he never called her the B word because she said that he called her out her name. He called her the B word. And he said, you know, if you can show that I called you the B word, I'll give you $1 million. Now, she was able to show that he said the B word. But for me, I need more than 2 seconds to see that that he called her the B word. And it was directed to her. I'm just saying, for her to get the full $1 million, I feel like she should show us the full before and after and not just a 10-second clip because he looked like he was extremely, extremely drunk. Okay? I'm not saying that she don't need her $1 million because she did show that he said the B word, but I need a little bit more than 2 seconds. That's just me. So let's show that part. Cause she said he said that. This is what he said.
You see where the shit got twisted? Never called you out your name. Never called you a bitch. You give me a video where I called you a bitch, I give you $1 million. Where I call you a bitch at? Where did I call you a bitch? I never called you no bitch. You see where the shit got twisted?
T.I. is funny to me. You see where the shit got twisted? All right, so then she showed this 2-second clip in reply to him saying that he never called her the B word. All right, and like I'm saying, for her to get the $1 million, I feel like she need to show more than just this 2-second clip. Okay, I'm just saying. But anyways, so he then replied, and somebody had contacted him, and they said that he need to pay her the $1 million. Okay, and then he replied to that and said that he did. And the girl said that she can't wait so that she could get a BBL with the money. So she is already looking to get a BBL with the money. She said this. Hold on, let me pull it up from the Neighborhood Talk. She said, I can't wait to get my BBL with my Millie. Okay? She said, I can't wait to get my BBL with my Millie. And then somebody said, T.I., you need to pay her, bruh. And T.I. said, I just did. Now, I feel like, you know, he is paying her with the exposure and the attention that this is bringing to the club. By going back and forth and, you know, bringing attention to her. I never heard of Lauren K. a day in my life. And now I know that there is a Lauren K in her signature. When I look down her Instagram, it looked like she always wear these orange wigs. So I know that Lauren with the orange hair is, you know, a comedian that I would like to listen to her comedy outside of this. It's up to her to utilize this attention and what she goes with it going forward. Okay, again, for her to actually pay her the actual dollar amount, I'm going to need more than that 2-second clip. Okay, I'm going to need more than a 2-second clip. But, you know, I feel like he was just drunk. I think that, you know how you be like, I didn't say that. And you just be hecka drunk. I think that he was hecka drunk and he don't remember what he said because he was clearly drunk. Now, that is that. I will open up the phone lines in a bit because, you know, this definitely has a lot of people in a tizzy. Okay, this got a lot of people on edge and it's like, row in the chat. A lot of people in the chat are like, rare. You know, some people are feeling like this is a situation to get attention on her and they feel like the whole thing is staged. It's hard to tell these days if things are staged or not. But wait. Before I go to the next thing and before I go to the stuff, somebody else said that T.I. would never act like this with a man. Okay? Which, before y'all get to saying that in the chat, that narrative is false. T.I. is the same person who got into it with Floyd Mayweather. There was also a fight or an altercation between Floyd Mayweather and T.I. As you can see right here, this is dated 2014, and this says T.I. and Floyd Mayweather fight. So this isn't somebody, again, that ain't to excuse his behavior because, again, I don't agree with him being aggressive with her on stage. I can't stress that enough. I just don't like when people make false statements. You can't say, oh, he wouldn't do that with a man when this is a man who got into a whole altercation and tussle with Floyd Mayweather, okay? This is the same person who got into a whole tussle with Floyd over Tiny back in 2014. And, you know, that was that. Also, there was another incident with T.I. at a gas station. And this man is way taller than him, way bigger than him. This man towered over T.I. So, again, we can say that he's wrong for coming at her because, again, he was wrong for how he got on stage. But I don't like when people say false stuff and they start saying, well, he wouldn't do this with a man, when you can find videos of T.I. pressing men all throughout his time, period. You know, you can see videos of him getting into it with men several occasions. I just don't like when people just say stuff. People see stuff just like the Will Smith. He wouldn't smack a white person when there's videos of Will smacking a white person. You know, I just don't like when people say stuff. You said, let's see it. Let me play it.
Real niggas pull up in the hood. Where they from? Real niggas pull up in the hood.
Good to see you, baby.
What's up, Tim?
You gonna take?
All right, so as you can see, T.I. is way smaller than this guy. This guy is way bigger than T.I. And the guy is continuing to take selfies of T.I. Now, y'all saying y'all want me to see it now. Y'all ain't donated to the page because once I start showing stuff like this, you know what I'm saying, I don't get compensated, okay, or whatever. If y'all enjoying the stream, if y'all are enjoying the stream so far, okay, I want you to know that over here we do accept, you know, donations via Cash App if you are enjoying what you see. Okay? We will see it.
You know how many you gonna take? He finna do it. He finna do it.
You a grown ass man. Goddamn selfish, you gonna take it. You took 3, boy. No, you took 6. What time, man?
He said, "Tell y'all he just cool."
Goddamn, nigga, let me get my little personal space.
Yeah, let him just say.
On my truck and shit.
Yeah.
Let me get my.
Yeah.
I don't even know you though.
Yeah.
So man, let me get my personal space.
Okay.
Nigga, you just did, but now it's over with. It's time to say goodbye.
Yeah, let the man go, man.
All right, and we see how tall the man is. We can't even see the man's face. He's so damn tall and T.I. so little. Also, people forget that T.I. had a run-in with security. Now, this guy was a little bit older, But, you know, he went after this guy, too. This was a guy who wouldn't let him in the security gate. And he was playing on T.I. top. And T.I. went off on this man as well while he was on his job. I don't care what nobody say. This guy was wrong because he should have let T.I. in his building. He was asleep on the job. He wasn't even woke. He supposed to be woke. And then you want to give people a hard time because you sleep.
We ain't eagle, nigga. We done saved that shit, nigga. Open the motherfucking gate, nigga. Do your job, nigga, and hit that button. What is wrong with you? Man, hit the motherfucking button, nigga.
Somebody in the comments said, put that he went to jail. He did go to jail. I'm just saying. Somebody said a reach. What's a reach about it? What part is a reach? I'm just saying, when the nigga be off the juice, he pop off at anybody. So don't put false narratives and say that he won't come at somebody when the nigga go at everybody. Again, that's not excusing him going up there, tapping her on the shoulder, grabbing the mic. Like I said, he should never have did that. I don't agree with the way that he went on stage, but I also don't agree with how people are presenting the information, period. I think that, you know, if we gonna say it, y'all already don't like the man, just say the damn truth. You know, y'all ain't gonna like the man regardless. Y'all already made up y'all mind y'all don't like him. So shit. You said, and he got locked up? Yeah, you know, your actions have consequence. We're not sitting here saying that actions don't have consequence now. That is not what we're saying. What else was there that I wanted to say about this before I open up the phone lines? Oh yeah, I wanted to do an update on the Tory Lanez situation. So yesterday I did a video on Tory Lanez, and then we're gonna get back to T.I. Let me pull this down. Cause you know, people be yapping in the comments, and I just be like, girl, who the hell do y'all be talking to? I just don't understand sometimes who people be talking to. So in this video that I posted yesterday, I talked about how T.I. had went to jail for tweeting Meg the Stallion. So Meg the Stallion and did I say T.I.? I meant Tory. Tory Lanez had went back to jail for tweeting Meg the Stallion. Now, in this video, I said, at this point, now that Meg has already said what she has to say, being that this is already being handled legally, being that they both have legal counsel, and she has said on repeated occasions her stance, I said that I feel as though the gag order should apply to both of them. We had a whole angry mob in the chat talking about, oh, she's a victim. Why would you want to silence a victim? First of all, I never said that the victim can't speak. I said the victim already spoke. We already heard what the victim had to say. She's already said it. Then they said in the comments, oh, she is only responding to him. That's false. If you're going to say what transpired on social media, don't just jump on the part that defends the person that you like. Academics, if we're going to accurately break down how the situation happened, academics spoke about there being no DNA evidence on the gun from Tory the night of this situation. Now, academics misspoke. I talked about that in a previous video. I talked about how academics was wrong in how he reported it. That's a whole nother video on my channel. Academics spoke. From that, she responded to academics, and then she responded to Tory Lanez, and she said, this nigga shot me. Tory shot me. And then she said, she posted up a text message from him when the night that it happened, he apologized to her. And she said, nigga, explain your way out of that. To that, Tory Lanez responded, and he said, this is me apologizing for messing with two friends. And they had a heated exchange back and forth. So it started with academics. If we're going to talk about the timeline of events correctly, okay, It started with academics, her going to academics, and then in turn pushing back at Tory because she felt like Tory Lanez was the one who gave him the information. So she took shots at Tory Lanez also, to which he responded after she posted up post saying that, explain your way out of this text message, woo-wop. And he said that was him apologizing for messing with two friends. And then on top of that, him and Partisan start going back and forth, and the situation happened. Now, in my video, the one that is here on the screen, I said, being that we've heard her side, this is going on year what? This is going on, we've heard her side, his side, her side, his side. I said, I think at this point, a gag order should be on both. I never said that Meg Thee Stallion never had a right to speak her side. I said she spoke her side and we heard her side, and now it's being tried in the court of law. I had a lot of fake YouTubers who a lot of y'all comments went straight to goddamn spam. You went straight to spam because a lot of people be talking about stuff that they don't know what they're talking about. They get they law degree at YouTube University and they don't know what they're talking about and they just be talking. She is a victim. A victim doesn't get a gag order. That's not true. That's not true. Okay? When you have a case that is a high profile case, both the victim and the perp can get a gag order. Both of them. Okay? If you don't believe me, I'll just pull up the receipts. I mean, there's Google that's free. And there is law books that are free. But, when you graduate from YouTube University, people act like they know shit that they don't know. And they come at you sideways and they tell you that you don't know what you're talking about when Google is actually free. And you can actually tell that they don't know what they're talking about. This is a high profile case. So in a high profile case where Meg Thee Stallion has a lot of influence, even though she is the victim, being that she's already said her side, nobody is saying that she should have never spoke because it's her story to tell. She told it. Now that she has spoke, let the courts handle it. That's my position on it. People twist it and they flip narratives. And that's the part that gets me because they try to act like, oh, you're against black women. You're trying to silence a black woman. I'm not trying to silence a black woman. This black woman already spoke her piece and now the courts is handling it. Let them handle it. Each time they go to social media, it blows it up out of proportion. They end up circling back and we get no more information than we had 2 years ago. So right here, it says, limited gag orders in notorious or high-profile cases. When selecting a jury may be difficult, the judge may issue a gag order and order forbidding those involved in the case from talking to press. Okay? That means that it can be imposed by both. But I'm going to show y'all more slides on this. Let me pull up a web page because, like I said, I got time today, child, because when people be graduating YouTube University and they were saying some very disrespectful stuff in my comments, I'm just like, child, I got to just pull up the receipts for that. I got what did homegirl say? I got the receipts for that. So this was one of the first pages that pulled up. This is a lawyer who has over 40 years of experience. This is a lawyer that has over 40 years of experience, and he is an attorney, and he breaks down gag orders on his website. This is his criminal defense website, and he talks about gag orders, and this was published on July 19th, 2019. So let me make it big for the people in the back. Because like I said, I had several people disrespecting me, saying all kind of disrespectful stuff. So y'all know, child, I'm going to be on my Cardi B and I'm going to address y'all every time. I'm going to address y'all every time, period. So it says 3 things to know about gag orders, child. Here are 3 things to know about gag orders. What is a gag order? A gag order occurs when a judge makes a ruling that a specific case cannot be discussed outside the courtroom. This includes speaking of, writing about, or sharing any of the case's information. The main purpose of a gag order is to control publicity and protect the right to a fair trial. This is most common in high-profile cases, and it is aimed at keeping the press and other forms of media out of the case. There is often a debate about whether or not gag orders conflict with First Amendment rights to freedom of speech, but judges are careful to restrict only within the proper limits of the order. Now, this is very important to the she's a victim and she can't be bound by a gag order because she's a victim YouTube university attorneys. Gag orders are directed at both the defendant and prosecuting parties. Let me read that again. Gag orders are directed at both the defendant and prosecuting parties. Who is the prosecuting parties consist of? Meg the Stallion. Who's the defendant? Tory Lane. Although California picked up the case and she's not the one who initially pressed charges, I myself personally still feel as though this is a high profile case. And 2 years in, when we've seen them go back, forth, at this point, I feel like it should apply to both and the rest should be mitigated in the court of law. Okay? It says the lawyers involved, the jurors, any witnesses that may be testifying, these parties must adhere to a gag order. What information about the cases may be available to media outlets? Court personnel who are in the courtroom during the trial are also typically expected to follow gag orders. Okay? And then it goes on to say what happens when you violate a gag order. And being that we know that Tory Lanez went to jail, we know what happens when you violate a gag order. So anyways, somebody said I was yelling. Child, when I get piped up, that's just what it gives, okay? That's just what it gives, okay? That's just what it gives. When I get piped up, that's what it gives, because people be getting on my nerves, child. If y'all see some of the comments, because I just stopped even paying attention to it. If y'all see some of the comments that went straight to spam, child, y'all would understand why I got so much bass behind my voice. Because people was saying some god-awful things to me, and I'm just like, I know y'all not barking at me with misinformation. I know y'all not. But no, it's just because a lot of people, they was saying a bunch of BS, and they was just popping off out the side of their neck, and I'm just, baby girl, you stupid, you an idiot, you dumb, you don't know how the law work. Baby, it's you that don't know how the law work. It's you, because Google is free. Google is free, baby, my baby. Google is free. More Nisi said he's out now. Yes, he's definitely out. He's definitely out as of now. We definitely see that he's out. But anyways, back to T.I.
Hey, what's up?
Hold up. I didn't mean to do that. Back to T.I. and Lauren. Hold on, wait. Back to T.I. and this girl, Lauren. Let me pull it up.
Ma'am.
So the main topic at hand was T.I. Let's go to the phone lines at this point. The call-in number, let me put it on the screen. If y'all want to, you know what I'm saying? If y'all if y'all are right along with me in the acquired taste, you know what I'm saying? Because I said this is acquired taste, baby. If y'all are with me being an acquired taste and y'all like the show so far, y'all know that I ain't gonna turn down no donation, period. But let me pull up the call-in number for y'all to call in. Let me pull up the call-in number, because I know a lot of people got a lot of stuff to say, baby. People got a lot of stuff to say, baby. And this is the call-in number right here. This is the calling number right here. 563-999-3643. Okay? 563-999-3643. Let me pull it up on the screen. Oh, I meant to show y'all what we done with Tory. I'll update y'all on other stuff on another video. We'll update y'all on other stuff in another video, child. But let me, y'all know I get passionate or whatever. Y'all know I get passionate, child. They people be like, I don't like her. She don't never just go with what people say. I don't like her at all. I don't like her at all. She don't just say what people just be wanting her to say. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. All right, phone lines are opening up.
Your show now, press 1.
Your show is scheduled to start in 29 seconds.
You said whose accent is that? That's my accent. Nah, but if you against
your show
TI,
will go live in 5
don't be
seconds.
afraid to,
4,
call
3,
in. I'm calm
2,
now. I'm not hostile.
1.
I'm not gonna argue with y'all. Don't be afraid to call in.
Blog
If you
Talk
don't,
Radio.
if you don't like T.I. and you feel like F him, I don't care, he shouldn't have did that, woo woo wop, I invite both sides to call in. If you like T.I. or whatever, you could call in. If you don't like him, you sick of him, you think that he needs to be set down, you know what I'm saying? However you feel free to call in. I already got my rant out, so I'm not going to bark at y'all. Don't be scared to call. The call-in number is 563-999-3643. Don't be scared to call in, child. I already got it off my chest. You can say what you want. You can say what you want. Period. Let's let some people. Let's let some people call in, child. But it looks like, okay, well, You said, what did he do you late? Mm-hmm. Not Afro and Hookah's calling me out. I feel attacked. In the chat. I feel attacked in the chat. First of all, Afros and Hookah, you don't know me like that. You don't know me like that. You do not know me like that, okay? You do not. You don't know me like that, cuz. You don't know me like that. 3244. You are the first caller to call in. Everybody's scared, child. What they scared of?
I don't know.
What's your
I feel like T.I. been disrespecting Shorty for years already. So, point, like, he looks stupid. Coming crazy at a whole nother female.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
You said he been disrespecting shorties for years now. Finish. You can't be the first caller, the brave caller, and you only got one line, one sentence for us. Come on.
That's it. That's all I can say. I mean, come on now. And then all of a sudden he doing that after Will Smith. Like, come on now. Let's go.
All right. All righty. Well, thank you for calling in.
You're welcome.
All right. So that was the only person who was brave enough to call in. You said she babysitting. Oh, wait. Somebody else called. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hi, Nick.
Hey.
Hey, this is my first time ever calling in, but my thoughts is I don't like that all those men were just standing around while T.I. just pulled up on her like that. Like, if he would have hit her or anything, like, all those men were standing there and like did nothing. So I didn't really like that. I didn't really feel like he needed to do all that stage, and I feel like, I mean, I do like he kind of cleaned it up a little bit, but I still just feel disappointed that he would do something like that. I do agree that I don't really like how they reported it because all I seen was that clip of him running up on her. I didn't see everything else. So thank you for pulling out the whole story.
All righty. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Welp. 1266. Hello? Hello? All right. That person hung up as well. Well, that looks like we are going to y'all right when I'm about to end it, y'all. Now y'all better get y'all phones in order. Okay? Get y'all phones together. Is y'all gonna call it or is y'all not gonna call it? Because when I'm about to end it, then I see another person and another person and another person. Okay, they coming on in, y'all. They coming on in. The calls. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Is this Neat?
Yes.
Hey, Neat. So basically, I wanted to say in regards to this T.I. and that horse mouth girl, first of all, to your first caller that called, she sounds stupid because she was saying that T.I. always been doing this shit to women. Then she gonna say that he started doing this because of Will Smith. Bitch, you sound stupid. Ooh. And I think this was all just for laughs.
We gonna refrain from the curse words though, because girl, I ain't got not one.
He wasn't disrespecting this girl.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We gonna refrain from the curse words because I ain't got nan super chat on this stream, and at this point, I'm doing the stream for free. Okay, so we gonna refrain from the curse words. We gonna refrain from the curse words, okay?
I'm gonna send you a super chat.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Cut it out.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, cut it out in the back though. You got it playing in the back.
I thought you already heard me, but what I was saying is to the first caller that came on there, she sounds dumb as hell. Because she said that T.I.'s been disrespecting women all this time. I never seen it. Man. Then she gonna say he started doing it because of Will Smith. Bitch, you sound stupid.
I just told you no curse words. Okay, I just told her no curse words, child. I told her, I said, no curse words. Get out what you want to get out without the curse words, child. I told y'all, at this point, I'm doing this stream for free. And y'all not about to stress me out even further with the curse words, okay? Yes, it's still 11 a.m. in Cali. Now, y'all can say what y'all want, but child, listen. No curse words. Y'all saying y'all want me to drop the StreamYard link in the chat? I'll drop the StreamYard link in the chat in a second. Hold on. 8577, hello?
Hey, Nick. Hey. The one thing I want to say is this. I think people are so forgetful that these are human beings. T.I. is a human. And you put yourself in those shoes, you don't know how you would have reacted. And now, I'm not agreeing with him, touching her or anything like that. But that lie he lost a lot behind that lie, and it was a lie. Mm-hmm. So in my opinion, he got angry. And plus he was probably drinking.
Probably. He was
even more.
He was loaded. Ain't no probably. He was loaded.
My thing is, I'm just trying to figure out, why does the video start where it starts? Why don't none of us see what she said?
Agreed. I
None of
don't,
us see what she actually said that started it. We just see when he got up and got angry. It's almost like she had somebody in the audience. Oh, I'm gonna do this, and then, once she do it or say it, oh, we're gonna see what kind of rise we get out of him. Start recording, because nobody has seen yet what she said.
yeah, I couldn't even get any other footage prior to that. I just seen that what seemed like was being reported just didn't seem the right timeline. But yeah, you're right. I'm wondering, maybe because it wasn't heated at that point, and that maybe that's why they didn't start recording yet.
Yeah, that's true too. But I just feel like people need to understand that everybody is a human being, and words hurt. People say sticks and stones, but words do actually hurt, because words live with you longer than a physical hurt.
Right. Well, all right.
I can stump my toe and forget about it in 2 days, but those words you said to me may hurt for 2 weeks.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. We are gonna go to 8644. Hello? 8644?
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Hi, Nick. How are you?
Hey.
So my whole take on it is that T.I. that I feel like the girl who did it, she might have seen what happened with Will Smith and was trying to gain some type of clout, and basically we're just giving it to her because, like the caller you were just speaking to said, we don't see what was said before, to know what the joke was, to know even if it was offensive and what she can and cannot say. And if that is truly what happened, I think that's childish, and yeah, we shouldn't really play into it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. 8370. Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Nick?
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing all right. Personally, though, I don't think what he said was wrong. Maybe his approach, maybe his aggression, but other than that, what he said, he said what he said. He didn't threaten her, you know what I mean?
What do you feel about the people who say he's a celebrity, he should be able to take people making jokes about him?
To a degree, but he still got the right to verbally defend himself. He didn't go up there swinging. So if you don't like what somebody said, you can't say something back.
Well, they said that he gave her a hug and he put his hands on her shoulder and he was kind of aggressive. Oh, and he grabbed the mic from her.
Okay, that's in bad taste. You know what I mean? He probably could have found a better way to do it. But honestly, I think that's kind of.
All right, 6754. I start hearing more of the voice, and I just had to cut the thing short. But go ahead. 6754. Hello.
Hi. How are you, Nick?
I'm doing good.
That's great. I opinion that they came to a show. T.I. came to a show, and you got to understand this lady she does that for a living, right? She's a comedian. So when you come to those shows, you have to be, have a considerate. Well, they may target me if I'm sitting in the front or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because this lady he's getting paid to be a comedian, so you have to understand, her situation, and which I do. Because if I was a comedian and said something about you, I get paid for this. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can dismiss yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have options.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I look at it on both sides because they both was in the wrong. She said something back to him. He said it back to her. They both grown people, and they could have set up that after the show, things in that nature. It could have been set up better. And it didn't have to be any hands put on one another, approach and putting hands, hugging or nothing like that. It could have been just, we can settle this and let this go. But like I said, she was getting paid for a show. And when you go to those types of shows, you should be ready for whatever might be said.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. 3516. Hello.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, Meek, and everybody in the chat. But I mean, if you look at it, it's kind of like when is too far, I guess, because even when you people give jokes and comedian things, you got people that joke about religion, LGBTQ, whatever. It go on and on. So it's kind of coincides with, is it a limit to when you're joking? Even if you have a person that's or accuser right there, because being honest with you, everybody in the audience, it's like the last caller just said, no one really is off limits. Bill Cosby, all that. You got jokes about all those things. So, I mean, it's kind of like thick skin, So when he, goes on stage and hugs her and then snatches the mic, it was like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dude. Come on, but hey, I mean, I guess nobody knows when it goes too far, I guess. But then again, make you think about what Shakana was saying, allegedly, how he, disrespectful to women, So who knows,
Yeah,
so, I don't know.
I think the narrative that he's disrespectful to women and to try to say that it's just women, I think is a little bit false, because I think he's disrespectful to everyone. T.I. pops off at everyone. So to try to say he's only this way with women, no, I think that he's disrespectful to everybody. Anybody who he don't like how they come at him, he's disrespectful to everybody. But thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for allowing me.
All right. Thank y'all for the donations, child. Thank you, Valerie. I seen that you apologized for cursing, girl. I appreciate it. Thank you, Timotheus. Thank you, SH Cree 30. And thank you, Afro and Hookahs. I appreciate y'all for the donations, child, because y'all know the donations make the content go round, child. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, I'm sorry. I just had to just come on. Hello, everyone. I apologize. I just had to come on and just get my thoughts about the whole TI situation. I just find it very funny that, it's like every time there's a show that's going on, TI happens to just pop up, and then they allow him to go on stage, and then they have these other comedians that either go before him or go after him. It's always becoming a problem. I don't
think that he's just popping up on stage. If you go to Lauren's comedy, to her page, it shows that her and T.I. had a show together on February 25th. So he's been trying to do comedy. Godfrey has something to say about it also. This is like his new thing where he's trying to do comedy. So I don't think he's just popping up. He's supposed to be there, but it's just a matter of if people want to hear him do comedy or not. But it's not just a random, I just showed up and now, no,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'll show, for those of you guys who just came in, let me pull up her page again. Hold on, I showed y'all a post from February 25th where they had a show together. Hold on, wait, where is it at? Oh, it's right here. Okay, hold on, let me show y'all.
Okay.
So, hold it. Let me move it.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure. I'm like, wait a minute. They say, he comes in and they allow him to do a set. I'm like, well, shouldn't they have them, already on the program or something. I wasn't sure, so that's why I'm
Yeah,
like,
so
wait a minute,
right here,
every time there's
if you
something
look
being said.
if you look right here, this is February 25th. So this was a prior show that they had together. And if you go through the slides, it shows that her and T.I. were both doing this show.
5 and 5. So the order for the first show is Justin, Moneybag, Lauren, Tim, and Rob.
Let's go, Lauren. Oh, Lauren and Tim.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
he's talking to the
I didn't
comedians.
know that.
So this looks like this is a comedy tour, and he's talking to all the comedians that's a part of it. And this is before the show, and he's saying, this is the order, this is how the show's going to go, blah, 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 blah. But go ahead.
Okay. Gotcha. Nope, that's what I didn't understand. That's all I was trying to get to understand. Because I was like, wait a minute, are they not knowing that he's coming, or is it just that you can just pop up and just say, hey, I just want to do a quick show, and it's, they squeeze you in and it's okay. So, yeah, I don't understand all of that, so I didn't know. But thank you, Neat. Thanks for accepting my call and clarifying that for me, at least, so that I can understand it a little better. Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
All right. Okay. 5479. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. I just wanted to say, why is everybody worried about what she said about him? My thing is that he was too aggressive with her. He did not have to walk up on that stage up on her, and that hug, that was just a little playoff to put his hands on her. And he did not have to be that aggressive. He was trying to intimidate her. Ain't no telling what he was whispering up in her ear, but she stood her ground. But that's my whole thing. You made the security jump up. They was looking, and they was being weak for not even, checking him and letting him get all up on her like that. So it's my thing. Y'all talking about what she said and all that stuff. It does not matter. And he should have not even, jumped up on that stage on her like that. And he snatched the microphone from her hand and stuff. And then all them guys up there was just letting it ride. They should have stopped him from the jump. But they probably too scared, thinking, he gonna have a job too. But he knew what he was doing. He was trying to intimidate her, but she stood her ground. And I think that's where everybody's missing the point at talking about what she said about him and all that stuff like that. What he did was wrong from the jump. He was being weak, and that's just how he is.
I think the reason why what she said about him matters is because they've already had a show prior to this, and he's already addressed her bringing up these allegations prior. So I think that's why people are bringing up why what she said mattered, because they already had established that he didn't appreciate her bringing up those allegations. And like I just showed
I can understand that he don't appreciate that, but the way he did it, and even if, he had another female assistant out there, kind of wanted to pull her to the side, but he went up there and he tried to act like he wanted to hug her and stuff, and then at the end of the day, he just snatched it out of her hand and, whispering up in her ear and stuff. He was intimidating her. And I just didn't like that. The security stood up there and watched the whole little thing. They should have told him hey, bro, back up. That's a whole female.
Yeah, I agree. The way that he went on stage and the way he grabbed the mic was absolutely unacceptable. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, and I didn't like how all them guys just stood around there and watched and, was like, well, he ain't, he already took it too far by how he was all up in her face. He was in her personal space when she was just, trying to do what she was up there to get paid to do. They should have, cut that from the, jump. But he think he got pulled everywhere and he can't be touched and all that stuff. Nah, somebody need to bring him back down to life. Bro, this ain't, he wouldn't want his daughter to be getting checked like that. You don't walk up on nobody like that.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. 8302. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I just wanted to make a comment because, first of all, you're a comedian, or you're trying to be a comedian. It's going to be jokes. You're going to have hard skin. I don't care what kind of comedian you are. There's always going to be a joke about what you got going on. You're in the public eye. You're already a celebrity. So, that's where you need to have that hard skin. Now, for her to come back again and say it again when you knew, that wasn't flying right with the other person, that's where I feel like she went too far. Like, she shouldn't have said anything else about it if it was not, a par with the other person, because you guys are in a show together. So you guys done shows together with other people, and several nights together. So if you keep going on and on about the same thing, maybe that's probably her own little act or whatever. But you're a comedian, so you're going to have to deal with, people saying stuff about you or even making fun of your situation. That's just the game.
Yeah, I think that it's clear that, like, when I showed it again, the guy who was telling them what they had to do, it was several dates on the thing. So it looks like they're both on this comedy tour. So I agree with the second half, and I agree that he should not have, got aggressive like that. But if you are doing a show with somebody and y'all are on a show together and you keep on picking at them, you are a part of the problem as well, in my opinion. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. 3950. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna say this. Comedy is comedy. How many diss records have T.I. hit below the belt when he's rapped about certain things, said things, and you claim to be a comedian? At the end of the day, you don't want to get roasted, stay out the front section. And with the allegations that was made about him and his wife, the more you show aggression, the more people start to doubt how you are with women. So I understand he was upset, but at the end of the day, don't make people think that you're aggressive with women with how you react to certain things.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
No problem.
All right. This is going to be our last caller, 9120. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, hi. This is Yolanda calling in. This is my first time calling. Anyway, yes, I just called to give my opinion about it. So according to what he was saying, is that essentially she keeps more or less bringing that up, nitpicking with him, something to that nature. So, but my thing is, and he keeps going to her shows. Why would that be? And he knows who's performing that night. So, in my opinion, he shouldn't go because she's the comedian.
Well, I don't think this is a situation where it's he shouldn't go or he should go. I think that if he is slated to do the show with her, then they're gonna be at these shows together. A person in the chat, they just said, Flamin' Rose said that T.I. may be doing an upcoming film playing Red Fox. That may be the reason why he is doing stand-up comedy. That was said by Crystal. But I don't think that, if he knows she's going to be there, no, like they both are on this circuit, it looks like, together. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, absolutely. So, yeah, thank you for clearing that up. And then also, too, now, as she's being a comedian, so, in my opinion, she can actually say whatever she likes because they're comedians now. And ever since they didn't start that other crap with people coming on stage with their other situation. So now it looks like we're going to have other people walking up when these comedians are making jokes or something. So, yeah, that's just my opinion. A comedian should be able to crack a joke. That's what they do. It's a joke. So, yeah, but that's all I have. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
And one other thing, yeah, and then maybe he's too sensitive. And actually, yeah, she only made the joke about what was being reported. So, we wouldn't know about it had it not been being reported, So that's just another insight of mine. So, but thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
All right. So that was the last caller. The calls going forward are going to be, I might start taking some calls and then the rest of the calls to listen to all the calls. It's going to be starting to be Patreon exclusives. The reason that y'all got all the calls today because people was acting like they was scared to call in at first. So, I couldn't, run it how it's going to be ran going forward. But those of you guys who are on the line, I finally did open up a Patreon and we are going to have certain things that are Patreon exclusives. I'm going to have just part of the calls being played on here. and then the full calls, because normally whenever I do a show, and I'm talking about a hot topic, the queue of my calls, I normally get like 25 or more callers. So I can't get to all of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably take the first few calls on live, and then the rest of the calls will be streamed on my Patreon. Now, also on my Patreon, I'm going to also share with you guys exclusive stories that I can't share on YouTube. Like, certain stories are very graphic, and YouTube automatically flags it. So I'm not going to waste my time posting it here, but I will start to do stories, because there's so many stories that I can cover that I don't cover just because the sensitivity of YouTube. But if we go on over to Patreon, I could share with you guys more stories and do more stuff that I'm not going to be doing here. So I finally figured out a way to structure it, and now we're going to go full force ahead. I seen somebody who had made a comment, and they were like, Neek, I thought you said that you was never do a Patreon. I said I wouldn't do Patreon until I came up with a structure that I felt was worth it for my audience. So now that I've sat down, I've brainstormed, I came up with a structure that I feel like it would be worth it for those who appreciate certain content. Now I will have a Patreon. So just to address that, if you guys have not visited my website, definitely visit my website, www.contextualizing,